Check, check. Let's see if we got audio. Come over here and check. Hey there, everybody. Let's see, it should be. Hey there, Messy Modeler. Y'all let me know if I got audio if you would. Thank you, John. Good to hear. Whew, we had a rough one getting started. But we got a new pin vise because I like to use push pins for N-scale track. It works really good. Um, so I got a new turnout to go right here because the other one was old and I was just needed to make sure that it wasn't the turnout. So I got a new turnout for here. We will be installing that. I have some new flex to connect these areas because the track I had was I didn't have much track left and the pieces were too small. I was having to join more than one piece and I didn't like that. Just been having problems in this area right here. And so I wasn't everything was fine, really. I just wasn't able to back in here and do any ops. Coming through this way, the main line was fine. But oh goodness. So anyway, I'm gonna set these over here safely somewhere. Somewhat safely. All right. But I wasn't able to back up into these two spurs. And so I came in and I messed with it and I messed with it trying to be able to do that. And in doing that, I messed with it to a point where I wasn't able to use the main line either. So even though I am going to be building in the garage soon, something new, I'll be starting out actually with, ironically, we'll be doing a Z-scale model in the garage. And that's going to be up about, it's going to be up probably above eye level. And it's just going to be a simple little loop right now. About 10, 12 feet max, probably 10 feet, turn around, come back way up high on the wall. And yeah, Messy Modeler, I'm glad to see you. Hey, Stormy Sky, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Glad you're here. And then I think I got some good packing stuff though for my models. I should have. There it is. A little worried it wasn't in here. I also have some track bed to redo this area in here. So I want some new track bed in here because the cork's old. This down here is still looking good, but once we get into here, it's not looking good. So I actually tore it up trying to get the turnout down a little bit because that's what was happening. It was kind of kicked up a little bit. Anyway, I messed everything up in here and we're going to fix it now. So I have, I go back to work, or I have to get ready to go back to work this time next week. So between now and then, I'll be here doing this until the train runs through the main line. Given that there's plenty of time left in the week, I'll work on the spur too. But I'll be doing it all live. Going to leave it set up kind of just like this and just going to click go. And I wanted to have an intro video like I did for my last stream to let everybody know that it was kind of a recurring thing and all that, so I didn't have to come in and explain everything every time. But StreamYard wants money to upload your own personal videos now, which you used to be able to do a few at 30 seconds on your own, and they want money now. And I got to use StreamYard to be down here because I have to connect with another device to be down here because I don't want to move my PC down here. So anyway, that's the situation with that. So I use StreamYard so I can connect another device down here with a camera, but the stream is actually being run from upstairs. And so it's not ideal, but it's what works. Got new rail joiners because I've been using and repeating the use of old ones, which can't be good. I'm sure y'all would say that. All right. And so now I have a nice big box if anybody ever buys something super big. I would say HO, maybe an O scale ski lodge would fit in there, but I don't know. I don't know that the base of the O scale lodge would fit it. It wouldn't. The build and choose base of an O scale would be bigger than that, but that wouldn't work for that either. But they did send lots of packing materials, and so really, the goal for this stream is going to be to clean up everything in here, from here to here, unless y'all suggest better or more. I got a place right here where it already connects, so I was just going to do from here to here where this has a connection because this is pretty clean. I did moisten this earlier, but we had the Wi-Fi issue, and so I'm going to pull up this old cork first, and then we'll just clean up everything in here, come back in and make it look pretty. In here, right here, I have a hump. And the thing is, it's the actual support board or whatever that's under there. So I'm either going to have to sand this down thinner or something. But this hump right here is basically why the spur's not working. And I need to address that probably before I get in here and put the turnout in. Because I need to clean it up while I have an opportunity. But so I really need to factor that in. I might would be able to lay this turnout a little further down than it was before. And that might in itself solve the issue. It kind of looks like it could. So we're going to look into that. And once we get it all cleaned up and I get some roadbed on it, we can go from there, I think. I don't know that I want to sand a lot of it right now just yet in here. I might a little, but I didn't spray that at all. This won't be super exciting. My apologies. I do have to watch out for my power. Let's go ahead. Happy Sunday to everybody. And so Stormy Sky had a good stream last night, it sounds like. Have to check that out. Let's see, I got a message here. Oh, that's my pharmacy. So I'm hoping now that I'm set up, this will be easy to just come on and do. I am planning on streaming tonight. Probably, hopefully not on top of anybody. Let's see. It would be before we would be streaming tonight before. Is it John's night? It is John's night on Sidetrack Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, we'll stream until up before John does. And then I'll be able to actually go tonight to the stream. No school tomorrow. I need to get something to collect the trash. That would be smart. I have a trash can. I guess I'll just use that. Hee hee. But I have the vac out and all that stuff, so I'll come in once I get it pretty cleaned up. I'll come in with the vac. There's some more power. I got power popping up from underneath, and sometimes I don't remember where I put it. Scenery covering some. I don't want to grip that. We're going to spray a little more. Yay, what's going on? That's great. I really like that I don't have to work and that you're streaming. That means I get to chill and participate. Just so happens I will have the home to my own for just a short period tonight, and it's right during that time. So I will take advantage and go because I don't normally get to. Usually there's pretty chaotic right around that time around here getting ready for Monday. I enjoy my job, I really do, but I'll be happy to devote more time to model railroading and modeling and the model business, and I don't want to get unnecessary scenery that's not needed because I'm just going to have to redo it. Although that track bed for Woodland Scenics is probably about that wide anyway. Well, maybe I can do a portion of it, but I wouldn't. Let's see. I like the way that feels, though. It goes that way. But I do like the way that feels. That's good stuff. This is where you at? Here we go. Woodland Scenics, you know they make good stuff generally. But it's the track bed. It's got the little beveled edges, and it looks like it's going to pretty much be easy to work with. I have caulk over there that I usually on this cork. I buy this cork from Michael's normally. It's a little thicker than it should be, and I use caulk to put it down because otherwise it's kind of rigid, but caulk sticks it great. I can sculpt it exactly like I want. But I think I might just glue this as simple as this and light as this feels. I went to visit Iron Planet Hobbies, and I used Heath's Human discount. And I mean, they really they don't give me any money or anything, but they really do have good prices. And then once you use Heath's discount, you don't pay for shipping normally. So thank you to Heath, I guess I should say. And Iron Planet Hobbies, I guess. because they really do. When I got the sound box and all that stuff and the Wi-Fi smart controller, they really did have the best prices. That led me there initially. Well, actually, Brother John led me there straight from jump. But it turned out that before Heath's discount, they had good prices. I have a small issue with rodents down here, I think, just by evidence of some things being turned over and stuff, some models being knocked over. One of the things that's infamous for being knocked over is John's portal. John cast and sent these to me pretty long time ago and weathered them and all that stuff, as you could tell. And there we go. And I have not permanently fixed them in, but they do serve a purpose on the layout over here at this helix. It's the entrance of exit of the helix over here. But because I don't have it fixed, that's exactly where I think the Mises play. Well, actually, I'm kind of thinking it's baby squirrels because we got a bunch of baby squirrels around here. And I kind of see a bunch of them when I come out here and open this door. Not in here, but around, and so I'm wondering if they're kind of coming out. They got a way to get in. Because there's an upstairs, that I don't go up in a whole lot. And it's not messy, junky, dirty, but there is like modeling supplies, bigger things like this kind of wood here, the 1/8 plywood, the pieces that I cut, because I cut them all to match. Because all of this entire table is actually everything's off the ground, off the table. Well, I'm not sure exactly why I did that, but I think the helix might have come up over higher or something. I'm not sure, but that was a fun build. Very long time ago. It was really cool to build off layout, which was right up here on this table at the time because the layout was just right here. But it was really cool to build and test somewhere off layout, and then plug it in. This stuff's a little stubborn down here. Should have probably expected some resistance somewhere. John, I'm trying to do a ski lodge in T-scale right now, and I've done it before. They're just challenging. It's 3 or 4 pieces, depending upon how I approach it. I print it in, and the window panels, if because the ski lodge has got all those windows on that side. In T-scale, they're just so thin. The windows, the panels between the windows are just so thin that they want to bend a little and warp if it's not perfect. And so right now I'm trying to do those and battling with that a little bit. I had a good print, but what I just said, oh, that was nice. Thank you. It pulled right up. I had a good print, but I had some wavy window. The panels between the windows were a little bit wavy. So I might have to go in and do a little bit of redesign for the T-scale one and just beef that up and make those windows not quite so big. That is going to be work, though. I guess I would do it probably in HO scale and then scale it back down. Be easier to work with. Those two restaurants, HO scale restaurants, are on their way. They across the pond now. So I hope that customer's happy with those. I felt like they looked good. I guess I'm biased. They might have looked a little better before I weathered them. They looked great, actually. Yeah. And this is actually probably the third or fourth, maybe, ski lodge and T scale that I've sold. It just literally, like I advertise my T scale as not T scale, but smaller on my ads. Let's say it says smaller scales normally ship faster, which is true in every case except for T. And it's because I spend freaking 4 weeks and a half a jug of rosin perfecting it, making sure it looks good. And I got to print it, and tweak. Um, and it's not because I have a terrible printer. I don't know much about resin printing compared to filament, and I don't care to learn really. Um, I enjoy it, but I use it for its purposes, and because it's messy to me and it's sticky, and I don't like it. I'm getting a bigger printer, not smaller. I want to be able to help those O scale folks soon, because they hit me up constantly because they don't have access to a lot of good models. Or I guess the ones they do have access to is pretty repetitive, and they see them on every. That's kind of what I hear, that they see them on everybody's layouts. But you really have to have a very big printer, and you're going to use a lot of resources, a lot of filament and stuff like that, to do an O scale model. And it's going to take a lot of time to print too, so you can't do a lot of those at once. But it will be nice. Just about all of mine. Well, I will be able to do all mine in O scale. And almost all of them in S scale would be solid pieces. There wouldn't be any dovetail joints in S scale even, but O scale might be at 350, 350. But I have to save up some money, which I'm trying to do. I broke down and spent the money on this. It was hard to do, to spend the money on this because I'm wanting to save for the one upstairs more. But I needed to get some good train running content going, and I can't do any train running content right now because I can't. This is the vital main in the layout. You can't do nothing on this. Well, I mean, I could play around either over here in the coal mine. I guess I could play around, but I need to work on those turnouts. I could play around up there at Winter Park doing ops as well, but same thing. Those turnouts aren't perfect either. I really want my Z scale that I'll be doing first. It might only have, I think it might have one turnout. Be about it. And it's just going to be a loop. Turn around about as sharp as it can in one area, 12 feet off, 12 feet other, turn around about as sharp as it can, and run pretty close together in between on the edge of a shelf. high in the tip top of the mountain. And so we're hoping to be playing with that on Christmas break. This coming up Christmas, we're hoping to be working on the Z scale model. Figure that's a reasonable goal. Thank you, John. All right, appreciate you. You know, when you look at them a lot, they lose their luster, I guess. Seems like they do. All right, we're pretty straight and flat. Power. Let me get my other one. It's not as sharp, but it's thinner. I didn't want to, I had decided, I was going to keep it real simple. Didn't want to fool with 2 cameras or anything. Was just going to do a little 30-second intro video. That dang 30-second intro video ended up taking me 3 hours because of tech issues and plus blood pressure issues, not to mention that. And I'm sure I upset my creator because I said some bad words. But anyway, got the 30-second video done, which you actually do see if you go to the thumbnail or whatever, anything beforehand. But that's what I wanted to, run at the beginning of these streams. And figured out that I'm unable to do that unless I connect OBS. Then I'm in a resource issue, so I don't want to do that. So I actually intended to start yesterday, but we had such a nightmare with that. Wonder how bad it'd be for me to run the vac with y'all. I guess I could turn the mic off and run the vac. Think that'd probably be smart. I think it might be smart. Now it could be that the StreamYard will reduce the background noise of it by itself. And so it might be that I don't need to fool with it, but I don't know. And so kind of need to think about this area before I do too much, but I'm going to go ahead and clean it all up first. Then we'll go from there. It kind of makes me sad when this train won't run down here either, so I had to fix it. And then, so for temporaries, probably the first couple years even, I'm only going to use that one side of the garage that isn't being used right now. And so though things might be a little tight and cramped in there and not perfect, won't even really have to get a storage unit. Because I'll do the 3 tiers just on that one wall. Set all 3 of them up where they can turn around, but have a turnout where they can head down the other wall and have them come back. They'd be real simple. Well, the HON would have some ops in them. Plenty of time to do scenery and all that stuff. Because what I'm going to have to do to go, once I go past the first corner, the first wall on the right, to make the turn 90 degrees and head down the other way, I got to build a false wall against the garage door. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the mic off for a minute and I'm going to vacuum and then I'll come back. Figure that might be nice. All right. Mic off. Now. All right, I'm back with y'all, I think. And so we nice and tidy now. So I kind of think that I need to decide if I need to do something right here or not yet. And I think I'm fine. Well, whereas this turnout is right here. All right. Which I guess it's kind of on this hump too. I almost think maybe I should bring this. I don't know how good y'all can see this. Maybe I should bring this down here a little further where it's flatter and have a little more of a transition because I'm going to bring this guy like here. Maybe here. And before it was more like up here. I need to probably have an overhead of that for y'all, because I'd like to hear what y'all had to say. Now, what would be beneficial to me is if I had the room to put this in here, but I don't think that it would really be needed. But in order to do that, I got to come way up here. I think we're going to scrap that idea entirely. I don't need a re-railer. I like to use them if after turnouts when I can, and it might be that I use one in here, but I do. I don't. I'm pretty sure I don't need this here on this hump, so I am gonna move these in a little. I don't know though. Sometimes I mess with stuff that don't need to be messed with. If I fix this turnout, we could be good too. I'm gonna put this back in its packaging. All right. So now we need to bring this in. And it may be that I should use caulk on this, but any comments is y'all think Glue Max is not enough for the Woodland Scenics bed? Should I use caulk? If you have an opinion, I'd like to hear it. It'd be nice if I could be have trains running through here. That's my favorite. When I'm able to work out here and run trains at the same time, I enjoy that. We just gonna lay this bad boy in here. All right, so what we have done, if I can find it, is it's sitting right here in front of me. This could be easier than said than done. All right, thank you. This is really big. I don't want to use that. I got another one, but I bet it might grab good because it's new. But I thought I set it over. I did. I have my old one here whose collet works still pretty good, I think. So because it's going to be bending, I'm going to use push pins to hold it. This could be tricky. Oh, I see. I kind of see. Ah, it's easier than it looked. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm using the 1 millimeter. And I do that because it's a little bit smaller than the head of the push pin. And so I put the hole in the roadbed with the 1 millimeter, and then I use the push pin to hold it. I'll go ahead and set where I want the push pins to be, and then I'll pull it up and get it ready to glue. In theory, that's what's going to happen. I have, in certain cases, had things not work out exactly like I wanted them to. And there's video evidence of that on this channel. So let's see. We'll just test that with this one right here. And what we'll do is, in a perfect world, we'll be able to use this hole again when we do the track. But that's sometimes easier said than done because it's really hard to locate. I put my finger there because it's hard to locate right after you pull it out sometimes too. All right, but we got that one in. All right, so here's the thing. If you're watching replay at home, I think most of the people that are in chat already probably know this, but these little push pins right here fit perfectly between the end scale rail heads. And so I like to use them to fix my track down while it's drying, and because I use a water and glue max mixture. And so I think we would need another one. Kind of might want to come out a little wider than that, like here. Oh no, what a good bit. Huh. Just got out of the box. And it broke about 1/4 of an inch up. So that was I think a Michael's purchase. So don't buy these. All right, here we go. So as smoothly as we can, let's get that out here as far as we can. See, you can kind of twist it down and tighten it. You ready for that? It'll feel like maybe it should be out further even. It's going down pretty smooth. Um, I probably will come on in with caulk just because it's still wanting to move. I don't know that a regular glue is going to hold that as strongly as I'm wanting it to. Yeah, they gave us a fall break. Thank goodness. 'Cause I sure needed one. I ain't joking. Very appreciative at this point. What'd I do with the scissors? Oh, Lord. I had them and moved them. Maybe I put them back where they belong? No, I didn't. Here it is. They were close, though. All right. Oh, yeah, sure. I didn't think about that, but that's a good idea. But this is super smooth right now, so yeah, it's on me if I do that. I wonder, is this the thin stuff? I've already thinned this. I assume if I pinned it down with glue, it's definitely gonna stay. Um, this could be easier said than done, pinning it back in the same place. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Very thin. And I might should have come all the way back to here. And I might go ahead and do that now. But yeah, it sculpts really well. Um, let's see. What is this? Let's see, track bed. For getting track bed to stick in very precocious turns, I use Dynaflex Ultra. Which I use the cheapest caulk they have, and I don't know if I should. Um, I don't think this isn't even the caulk. This isn't the caulk I use for the aquarium. Different kind. So I doubt very seriously I can put it back in the exact same hole with the pin, but I don't really think I need to because it's pretty much sticking, which is why I like using it. As you can pretty much sculpt it while it dries. If I would be less lazy, I could have a top down on this, but I don't want to mess with two cameras. Really don't. It's a pain. So I'm not going to. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead. Now we know we fitting, so let's pull these. And we'll leave that right there. Kind of fun when it cooperates. I'm glad you said that, John. I still got a little bit oozing when I push it down. This one I didn't put as much. Kind of looking forward to laying new track. Although not really looking forward to doing it in Z scale. Hey, hey Bernard, how's it going? What kind of does everybody use Kato Unitrack for Z scale? I might not have a clue. What type of track is most commonly used in Z scale? I'm assuming maybe Kato Unitrack. I would like something that is, of quality because I don't want to fool with a lot of issues. I just want it to run in a loop in some cool scenery. And I don't want a lot of hullabaloo and derailing. What time are we getting to? Pull an intake off one of my trucks. Oh no, Bernard, I'm sorry to hear that you got to do that today. Doesn't sound like that's a project you've been looking forward to on your Sunday, and I can clearly understand why. So we'll just have before I had this, then this. So this will tell me exactly where everything was. Before I had this, should be right here. And then this was here. Thinking about just maybe backing it up a touch, but it's going to come right out of that turnout into a turn. Oh no. I don't know. Thinking on that. I can kind of put it back somewhat like it was, but with a new turnout. I just don't know that I can go a whole lot deeper in here. How much straight do I need before I hit a turn? And I know it doesn't need to come right out through a turnout onto a turn. I'm already probably not having as much as I should have. So I'm probably going to cut a new piece of track to start there and come down here where we need it. Which I would say would be right here. All right. So I think what I'm going to do, let's see what happens. I don't know that it's the best idea in the world, but I think I ran a double in here or something, but All right. All right. There we go. Oh yeah, man. All right, that didn't go as cleanly as it did last time. Got some copyright free background music playing. It's kind of a little bit weird. Not bad, but let's cut that to fit here. I'll have to try to make it look more like the other stuff, but that's okay. I can do that. That'll be fun. Matter of fact, um, yeah, we should be fine. It's a nice, smooth transition on both of them. And this is gonna actually go. Get this stuff off my fingers. One of these insulated turnouts is easier to work with than the other. So that'll be there. So now I will come right here. Can twist it up and down. I just want to make sure I'm setting it straight here. And I'm really not going to worry about this. If I can't connect this exactly like this, that's fine. I'm worried about a good connection for the main line first. That'll be tested before we even hook this other one up. I want to make sure this works, and then I'll try to hook this up. And I'm not going to mess with this one. I'm upset that I messed that up in the first place. And so we need to... In here's fine. Up here just a tad. All right, guys, I thank you very much for joining me for this one today. I will be back on this evening before John. So I'll be coming on. John's at 7 my time, 8 Eastern. So I'll be on about 6:30 train time, probably. Maybe a little before, maybe 6 train time. And I'll be on until a few minutes, 15, 20 minutes probably. So I got a little time to relax. 15, 20 minutes before John starts. I'll be on till. And so if you're able to come back and join us for that, I appreciate you. If you're watching a replay, this is only the first episode. We have many more to come. So please subscribe, click the bell icon. We'll be here all week working on this project until trains are running through this way for sure. If we'll be working till this time, well, not this time, yeah, close to this time next week. If this isn't working, if we get this working, we'll begin working on this. And if both of them become working by the end of the week, we'll be having live streams running trains. So y'all have a good one. I appreciate you joining me for today for this one. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you. And I'll see y'all this evening. Appreciate you, Stormy Sky. Bernard, thanks for being here. And did I miss anybody? Somebody early. Messy Modeler. That's right. He's with us. Bernard's here. Messy Modeler, John, and Stormy Sky. Thank y'all for joining me today. And I'll see y'all this evening. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget to plan to be at John's show tonight. That is 8 p.m. Eastern time on Schuylkill River Valley. See y'all soon. It's going to be a minute before I got to go upstairs to stop the stream. Take care.